Hi. Good to see you. What news? It's still yesterday in California. Thank you for the time. Made it to the airport, pat down like I was. I'm not gonna say the word because I feel like as soon as I say it, it's gonna be like Monsters Inc. With all the yellow people. 2319, and I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry.
You're gonna be waiting here 10 hours.
Yes. 10 hours of simply airplane stuff.
That's disgusting.
That's awful. What are you most excited for?
Korean barbecue.
Not even a concert?
Okay, but yes, but usually it hits me once I'm there. With all concert, girl, if I start squealing and screaming,
It's the same thing.
if I start doing that, you'll know it hit me. But right now, I'm still chill. Like it hasn't hit me.
I think what I'm most excited for is, I think just California in general. Being able to say I've been to California, looking at the Pacific Ocean.
Are you vlogging?
Yes.
I vlog too, so I know it. I'm sorry.
Thank In-N-Out Burger was really awful. Everyone's a liar, and I don't appreciate that. It was... We finally made it. This took forever. What time is it?
Today, the time is 5:28.
We got here at like 2:30. So
2:30, 3:30, 4:30, 5:30. 3 hours.
3 hours. Was it worth it? We'll see in about 10-20 minutes.
They don't have anything that I want.
So far the answer is no.
Museum there. There's a couple of museums. The Max Museum is really nice. You should go there. Stuff is really good.
I want some miso soup.
Oh, look, miso soup. I don't like miso soup though.
Neither do I.
So been in line for how long?
We were here 9, 10, 12, almost 2.5 hours.
It's not too bad. Not too bad. Better than yesterday, and we are closer to the front.
I feel like because of the concert line, the merch line, now I'm like afraid to say what I want.
Because I'm like, what if we get there and then they're exactly out of the one thing that I want?
Yeah, like jinxing it.
Yes.
My Polaroid doesn't work right now, which is fine because I have a camera on my phone.
But it would have been really nice.
It would have been so cute. Or
You know, it'd be really nice if BTS had their own star.
yeah, so maybe let's get on that. Cute though. Can you dance in it? Can you have fun in it?
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
This is my makeup. Did not do too much because I didn't want to have to take it off at 12 in the morning, which is essentially 3 in the morning for where I'm from. I feel cute. This is Spencer's. This is Target. This is Amazon. Oh, Rainbow. Spencer's. So, RMFN, Etsy. About to leave now, finally. So this is the full outfit. Fanny pack, army bomb, the new one. We are now headed to technically Target, which is pretty close to the stadium. And once we get there, we are going to the stadium. Hopefully, fingers crossed. It's not as crazy as it was on day 1 and day 2, but this is BTS, so most likely will be just as crazy. So, how are you feeling?
Excited.
I'm feeling exhilarated. We made it.
song on in front of the actual audience.
Are you excited? Okay, great.
Next stop is Wilshire Normandy Station.
After lunch, we took the metro down to Hollywood Boulevard to go on a Hollywood bus tour. It was 2 hours, so here's a few things that we saw. The iconic apartment from Pretty Woman. We also saw the boutique that was also in Pretty Woman later on Rodeo Drive, but I did not get a good shot of it. On this building, every brick has a famous band or group's name carved in on it. If you zoom in and take a picture, maybe you'll be able to see one. A few movies were filmed here at this mansion and gateway, including Spider-Man, Batman with George Clooney, and I believe Charlie's Angels. Now this is my favorite part. If you can tell, this is the mansion that X-Men First Class takes place. I'm sorry it sucks, but we couldn't get much closer. This is my favorite part of the whole tour. This is the famous witch's house. Nobody lives here, but they did say that Hocus Pocus was filmed in the back. Got to see Dr. Seuss's house, and it's based off of one of his books. I'm sorry that the video sucks, but I couldn't get closer. Finally, the tour ended on Rodeo Drive. It was really nice to look at, but also really sad because you know that you can't afford anything on it. It is super cold, or was super cold. Did you have fun?
Yes.
It was very nice. My favorite part of the tour was when his hubcap came off and I didn't know what to do, so I just stood there or sat there and waited for him to put it back. So that was great. This is the metro. What are your thoughts on the metro?
I like it. I like it. It's clean. It's very clean considering.
The stations are nice. The trains are iffy. I give the metro 6, 7 out of 10?
Yeah, 6 out of 10.
I give the New York Metro a 1 out of 10. Are you ready? Yes, ma'am. It's great. The sweet actually goes pretty well. It's not that sweet. It's like sweet, not like sweet.